refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I'm sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been sad doing this.
Filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Cut the show. Cut the show.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Sorry, let me start over. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is First Place. Joe. I thought that was a Zach one. First Place, Joe Jordan. Here with my two bros. We got a great episode for y'all today. I'm feeling good, man. Last time I checked, I think we're still in first place. I think so. Dave, now I know how. Tom, I know how you felt last year, by the way. I know how you felt last year. I actually know how you felt up until this Sunday. But they were in first place in NFC East. That's why I said that. But anyways, we got a great show for y'all today. Today we got some NFL topics. First off, before NFL, my man Woj retired. Just walked away from the NBA and going to college as a GM. So we're going to talk about that. Listen, man, a lot of 2-0 teams in the NFC and the ALC, but are there any fraudulent 2-0 teams? I know it's not a fraudulent 1-on-1 team I'm thinking of. But anyways, we got a
1-on-1. You gotta be kidding me.
What are you talking about? The Lions? The Ravens? Like, what's going on here? There's so many 1-on-1 teams.
Come on, man. Don't be hating, man. Let the man shine when he can. Come on now. All right. So look, we also got to talk about the ALC South. The Texans are 2-0. The Texans are 2-0, and they are actually the only team with a win in the ALC South. So will there be a challenger in the ALC South, or are they going to run away with the division? And lastly, we have a game tonight, fellas. Oh, sorry, not lastly. The rookie impact. Because y'all had all say last week, we in week 2. So we got to talk about which rookie had the biggest impact. And lastly, we got a game tonight, Patriots versus the Jets, a rivalry. Shout out to Teddy. Shout out to Tony. Who wins tonight? But look, I got two of my bros on me. Two of them that used to be in the first place. You know, shout out to Dave, first place in NFC last year. Shout out to Tomo, first place in NFC East last year. So y'all know how I'm feeling. Right now, we sitting at first place in NFC East. But how my bros doing?
First things first. Didn't we just talk about this in a Refuse to Lose chat?
Oh my gosh, yes, we did.
You and your 2 weeks. Right? You want to celebrate 2 weeks?
I mean,
we actually won a division. You out here celebrating 2 weeks.
Hold on, Tomo. Y'all say it's too early to say who the best in NFC. If I ask you who's number 1 in NFC East, don't we have an answer for that? We got an answer for that. We number 1. It's a fact.
Who's number 1 in the NFC East right now?
Yes. And don't wear these glasses right now. Let me take them off. Go ahead.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Dave, I see what type of show we're going to have today. I see what's going on today.
I see too, man. I don't know what's up with this man. This man just, you know what? We got to give him some grace. Commander's not used to being in this position. So we got to give him some grace. They've been taking L's for a long period of time. They haven't seen a playoff win in a long time. They haven't been to the they haven't been to a conference championship in a game. They give us some grace. They give us some grace. We're used to at least getting to the playoffs. I can't say anything else about
Yeah, keep it to the
say anything else about time.
Hey. We get on the bus. We just don't get off the bus.
You're right.
Have anybody won a Super Bowl in this century?
In this century, yeah. In this
When?
century's 100 years, Joe.
2000,
Century,
in this century, 2000 and beyond.
century.
You
We're
haven't
talking about
won. You
100
haven't won in
years.
2000.
He
I
turning
didn't
the
say the
ball
last
over.
century. I said in this one. Century started in 2000.
See, this is why we talk sports. You're not
You know
talking
what?
about centuries.
Let's start the show, man. Let's start the show.
You
Joe,
talking about
Joe,
2000.
Joe about to stress me out, man. Joe about to stress me out. And we didn't start the show, man. Look, it's Thursday. We got a game tonight. It's pre-Friday. Let's turn up, man. Let's turn up.
Look, the buttons is all over the place, man. Who been back here touching my soundboard?
Turn me up, up, up. The guy that's supposed to be unfazed. That's probably who it was.
Which one?
The
AJ or
one that's on the
JJ?
show with us right now.
Okay, I'm
You
just
know
saying.
what? I know why. I forgot. Y'all not first place right now. It's right. The Cardinals are. Dang. No, the Seahawks. Shout out to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I was about to say. I at least want you to
Y'all
put
in
that.
third place. Jeez. Y'all not even in the playoff picture right now. Anyways, let's get to it. We got make sure y'all like this video on 2 platforms. Shout out to Facebook. Y'all actually cooperate right now. So like this video on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. We're posting reels and different platforms and stuff like that. And then look, share this video with a fan of sports because you want to be involved in the show. You don't have to physically be on like me, Dave, and Tomo, but you can be involved by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my boy Tony, Patriots fan. They got a game tonight. First comment. Let's go, fellas. Appreciate you, big dog. I like your soliloquy about what you said earlier. Appreciate you. And shout out to everybody in the comment section. My boy Mark Carr. Shout out to Miss Bianca. I'm saying Miss Bianca, right? But soon to be.
Her name is not Bianca. It's Sabrina.
Oh, Sabrina, my bad, Sabrina, my bad. I'm sorry,
First
my
he got
bad.
Century messed up. Now
I'm
that's
sorry.
Yeah.
My bad, Sabrina, my bad. All right. Shout out to my boy.
That's why the Commanders can't be in first place.
Exactly. Can't get nothing right. Oh my God.
Hold on. First I was seeing W's. Oh, never mind. I saw a car name. I was seeing W's.
I mean, if you seeing W's, then you definitely should have saw W. Her Falcons beat the Eagles on Monday night. So
shout out to Sabrina. Shout out to you.
So
yeah, shout out to you. We appreciate you. But shout out to everybody in the comment section. Shout out to my boy Warren. Is Joe going to be like this tonight? Y'all ain't for it. Yeah, yes, sir, Warren. Yes, sir. I gave him a warning before the show started. Asked him. I told him this. But look, last but not least, I'm talking too much. Enjoy the rest of the show. Time will go ahead and take over.
I want to switch up the whole. I don't even want to talk about what we had on the docket no more. The way you going, because we got too many serious conversations. Because you turned up, we about to have some fun. But I mean, first things first, we got to address. I think Dave did this, but I'm not gonna say too much. I think Dave forced this guy into early retirement. I don't think he wanted to retire. I think Dave did it with the R2L chats. We got a Woj bomb that we weren't expecting. Some say the Woj bomb was a little too early. Some say the Woj bomb was right on time. Or maybe it was Davey Schefter. The way he be dropping news, we be like, did Woj even report that? We got to go back after Dave and say, Dave confirmed it. I was just checking Woj to see if y'all got the information. It was announced today that Adrian Wojnarowski, and me being on In the Red Corner, saying that name right, it took some time. But, a prominent NBA insider and journalist announced that he is retiring. We got to react to it. I mean, we are in the media space. We do report news. We do report news right, correctly. It is fast, but it's correct. Sometimes it's a little incorrect. We had a Joe bomb one time on here when he thought BA got traded to the Commanders, but it said not yet. But I'm just saying. Just like you being 2-0 right now. It's loud and wrong, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna start off with the reaction, man. And because Dave, you drop all the news in the chats. I'm gonna start with you, man.
Man, look, first thing I got to say is, Woj, we appreciate what you've done for your entire career, being the guy who was the guy to give the news when it comes to NBA sports. A lot of us are in the media to be able to give news because of guys like you. Guys like you, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, Shams, those are the guys that give a lot of the news, and even guys in college like Joe Schultz, Joe Tipson. There's a lot of guys that don't get the I'm not going to say the praise, but don't get the platforms to really say that these are the guys that you want to talk to when it comes to these particular sports. You got Michael Benson and boxing. You got other guys in the UFC as well, guys that in soccer. But Woj, I mean, the two most popular sports in America are football and basketball. When it came to basketball, before Shams came along, it was you. You were the guy. You were the guy that everyone wanted to get the news from. You were the one that was on ESPN that announced the move with certain guys like LeBron James going to Miami, um, LeBron going to the Lakers. You've broken many news. You know, last bond was Okoro getting his contract with the Cavaliers. So you know he retired with the NBA, but he does have another career that he's going to. He's going to be the general manager of basketball for St. Bonaventure's men's basketball. So he's not away from the game. He just won't be, giving Woj bombs. He'll be more so involved into the basketball for a college, which is not a bad college, honestly, to be at. So he's doing something that he's proud of. And Woj, I just want to say thank you, man. That's my biggest thing is thank you for your platform and thank you for all the news. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been able to let these guys know early. And it was one because Joe had started this when he started the actual R2L, even though I have kind of sort of taken over everything because I do it for all sports. Joe started it. Joe was the one that did it. And I asked him, I said, hey, how are you getting all this news out? And he told me how he did it. So I just started to do that. And then now I follow things that we don't even report on right now. Mm-hmm. And I've been saying that we won't do it, but I follow tennis now and I follow golf. So I have those news. If anyone wants to, start talking about that stuff now, I actually have the news to actually bring that stuff out. So, just thank you, Woj. I appreciate what you've done for over 40 years for the NBA, and may you continue to have that success where you're going. It was definitely shocking. We wasn't expecting it, but thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
First, I want to say another apology to Miss Sabrina. All right. I just want to let you know that Dave don't really say your name. He called you wifey. So let you know what he thinks about you.
That's a good claim.
Wifey. And I didn't want to call you that, obviously. So I called you what I saw on the screen, but I'm too excited. It don't even say Bianca. You can read it. So shout out to Miss Sabrina. All right. But when I actually meet you in person, I know you'll be a great young lady. I know you are, because Dave is an awesome guy. Not mainly, but a lot of it because of you. Shout out to you. Woj, man, I appreciate you too, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Now, I do want to say this. You left at the right time because Sham's coming, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to keep it light, all right? This is a good time for you because Sham's getting the best of your money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He was going. Now, the overnight news, you got him. But during the day, Sham be on point. I ain't going to fake. But anyways, he left $20 million on the table. $20 million. And one of his quotes, he said, time isn't an endless supply. Like, meaning time don't last forever. We got to take advantage of the little time we have right now. Obviously, this is something that he really wanted to do, become a general manager. And Dave, you too, Tomo too, he posted news too. Don't y'all think getting these news on a daily basis, like we all get news, and they just beat us to it, and he followed way more sources than us too. Dave be fast. I don't know how he's quicker than me. Like, what the heck is going on? But I still see the news, and because of that, I feel like my knowledge is better. As far as not of the game, but how GMs work. How owners, how they think. Like we know the moves, we know what's going on and stuff like that. And Woj, with being in this position, the type of relationships he had to build, because he was doing this before Twitter. You know what I mean? Like he was putting stuff in the newspaper. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So you had to build relationships to gain sources to call you first to break an important news. So he's just a great example of that. And because of the relationships, he's going to be an awesome GM. Everybody, they love Woj. You know what I mean? So I want to say thank you to him also. And Shams, keep doing your thing. And then I see ESPN trying to grab him, trying to grab Shams now. All right. So, but a lot of people are following his lead. There are a lot of other reporters. So he set the pathway. He set the pathway for everybody to do this. Shout out to Woj.
Shout out to Woj. When it comes to just reporting news and getting stories and just hearing hearsay from other folks, and then you got to go report it, and then you got to take your word as credibility. Because once Woj or Shams report it, what's the first thing they do on ESPN? They'll be in the middle of a diehard Cowboys debate, and they'll be like, whoa. They just said that LeBron James is going to LA. Changed the whole concept. Then next thing you know, 5 minutes later, it comes out LeBron said he's not going to LA just yet. Blah blah blah. Stuff like that. So for you to have to get your sources right and have sources on top of sources on top of sources that know the sources, that talk to the sources, that text the sources, and some of them pillow talk with those sources, just for you to get all that just to report. Because I'm telling you, that's how I feel when we report some of this news. Because it's like, bruh, did Dak really sign? I don't really know. Did CD really sign? I don't really know. Did BA sign? Or the BA drama alone lets you know that your sources can't be 100% unless it did come from Dave. Because Dave was on point the entire.
Exactly.
I didn't read the whole thing.
I reported what I knew would to be facts. I didn't report no rumors. I reported what I needed to be facts.
So yeah. So shout out to him for that one. But to see he is going over to being a GM, he went from getting the sources from GMs to being the actual source again. Because now he can leak stuff out about what he's planning to do. Think about him being a GM and kind of having like a. Trying to see how I can relate this without bringing up a certain team. It's kind of like Jerry Jones, where he does his own radio show, and he could just tell you what he's thinking, and now you think you have a reliable source in Jerry, and then he turns around and does the opposite. So now Shams could be that for this college team, and think of the media publicity that's going to now go with the team. But again, just to be a pillar in one of these things that we call sports is amazing. And to do it for so long and be on point for so long. I think he also has seen something that was happening with ESPN where it was just like, I've been doing this long enough. And I seen X go down. I seen Facebook not work too much. Sometimes everybody's moving over to streaming, and I ain't got time to be streaming. I'm too old with the technology. We all understand what happened with Uncle Shay. I'm going to just go do something else that I love. I'm going to go be a GM for a basketball team and just watch it. Like, I just want to watch from the sidelines. And I think that's what Woj is going to do. It's crazy that it was a Woj bomb that actually included him. But again, thank you for your contribution. Shams, I think you need 4 phones because I think something happened during the draft. I think Twitter went down and his phone died. Like, hey, you got to step it up, bro. That's all I'm going to say.
Shams.
He was good 2 years ago in the draft.
We got some stuff to talk about, my guy.
Oh,
the draft.
Miami Heat.
Oh my God.
Is that him?
I think it was.
And also, I do want to say this about Woj too. The fact that when he drops his bombs, he got a whole storyline, a whole story of the build up to what happened. Meaning, Woj don't really post, like you said, Tomo, unless it's legit. Yeah. Remember the Kawhi Leonard situation? People like, oh, the Clippers are out. It's the Lakers or Toronto. Drake went through all this stuff, right? And then in the middle of the night, right after the earthquake, Woj bomb came through. And then he had a whole detailed facts about the backstory, what happened. I'm like, this dude, he's a credible source.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the other guys that do reports in the NBA. I know we talk about Shams and Adrian, but there's also Chris Haynes that does it as well. Very known. You got Jake Fisher, who's another guy who's been talked about. You got Mark Stein, who's also been really good with the news. And there's another guy, Tim Bontemps, is another guy. So you got other guys that give the NBA news that you need to pay attention to. But Woj, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, shout out to Chris too, because Chris like to talk about the Kings and the Wizards. So like anything.
Oh.
Yeah. They actually post stuff about all the NBA teams. Like they don't just focus in on two.
Yeah.
And he interviews guys too. And he gets detailed stuff. I like him.
Yeah, like when I found out y'all coach should have been our coach, but they didn't sign him. Stuff like that. But
Mike Brown. Shout out to the Wizards.
But since we want to talk about DC, how you feel about this Commanders quarter? We're not even gonna do that because I'm not going to talk about your quarterback, but I really want to see who really had an impact on week 2. Okay, so last week, you all talked about, biggest rookie impact, and we named a few names, and, Joe was like, he threw the shades on without the shades. He was like, why ain't my quarterback? So week 2 happened. Some rookies stepped up that wasn't really talked about in week 1. So, Joe, Which rookie you think had the biggest impact in week 2?
Come on now, just like last week. Is this even a question? You know who I know it's not though? Xavier Worthy. I know it's not him. Keon Mitchell. I know it's not him for sure. Caleb Williams. Sure about that? Come on, man. Bo Picks. Get him out of here. Who else y'all threw out there? I forgot. But ain't none of them dudes you said last week and the other quarterbacks is playing. It's my dude, Jaden Daniels, by my only one other guy that I would consider, but because he played the quarterback position is Bob. But it's only I got a second place guy. I'm gonna see what y'all say first. Then I'm gonna throw my second place guy. But it's Jaden Daniels, man. Are you serious? We went against the New York Giants, a team that own the Commanders. Own them. I know it's the New York Giants. I know, but they own the Commanders. I know the history behind this. We have, and then they still was owning us. They scored 3 touchdowns in like 2 minutes. They barely had a ball and they still scored 3 touchdowns. 7 possessions, 7 scoring drives. Okay. That's really good for a rookie leading offense. No turnovers and no punts the whole game. And a game-winning drive. My boy threw over 200 yards too. It's not a lot, but it's good for a running back though. Shout out to the Couriers. 226 yards to be exact. They didn't throw a touchdown. Man, I do want to say something. With my Mike Wilburn, I heard what you said. Stop putting my quarterback in the category with these other quarterbacks. Stop saying all quarterbacks. No, separate them. Because my guy didn't throw a turnover, have a turnover. And my guy is actually looking good. He said that he should be sitting down right now. He shouldn't be starting. I'm like, you got a better option for me? 7 field goals. I mean, if y'all was on track, y'all can get field goals too, Mr. Bailey. But anyways, if the Eagles learn that lesson, what we did, maybe
Brandon Aubrey.
Oh, my bad, Aubrey. I'm getting all these names messed up.
Get all the names messed up. Joe need to be playing timeout, man.
Man, he too turned up today, man.
Jaden Daniels, man, ain't even close.
All right, so let me ask y'all a question before I do this. What do we mean by impact? Okay, because I know last week when we did this was one of the things that stirred up the actual debate and a lot of confusion. What do we mean by impact? Right?
Well, y'all case you got to win, right? But impact, your impact on the production or on the game. Okay, the impact on that game.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with how you set the table. You know, you went first, so you set the table. How's everybody doing? Make sure you bring some water. You know, not no tap water. We want that nice spring water. Thank you. A little bit of ice, some lemons. All right. Thanks, Joe. Impact. Same team. I mean, same game, different team. If he didn't drop that 4th down pass, you wouldn't be over here celebrating. All that I am number 1. He actually wears number 1. I'm going with Malik Neighbors. He had a big impact last week. He showed you. He actually had you guys questioning your defense. I mean, I had to sit up here and listen to, you know, the Couriers rant and rave about we was doing all of this and we was doing all of that. But if Malik Neighbors would have just looked at the ball before he looked at the sideline, you all would have been looking like. So I'm going with Malik Neighbors. 10 receptions, 127 yards, 1 touchdown. Coming off a game with a Vikings game where we was second guessing if they still need Daniel Jones because he can't even get him the ball. Y'all know how I feel about Daniel Jones, but I mean Daniel Jones showed up against y'all.
I think we all feel the same way about Daniel Jones, except for one person.
You're right, and I know he's in the comments right now, but still,
he's the only person in his fan base probably to go ahead.
Exactly.
Might be, but after that game and what they seen with Malik Neighbors, the GM for the Giants had a good weekend. Malik Neighbors looked good, Daniel Jones looked good, and Saquon dropped the pass to win the game. Giants GM like, show me my money.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
what you got, Dave?
I normally don't do this because y'all know how I feel when it comes to certain teams in the NFL.
I already know who you're going with.
And especially when it comes to my division.
There you go.
Oh, my gosh.
There you go.
We got to talk about the guy who was almost scrutinized by his own quarterback. Marvin Harrison Jr. He had 4 catches for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns.
2 of them.
And didn't the Cardinals blow out the Rams? Mm-hmm. Didn't I just see that? So I'm almost certain he had one of the, if not the biggest impact in that game because he actually scored. He actually scored and they won the game.
Your wide receiver scored. My wide receiver scored. Let's keep going, Dave.
But yours did. Now for your first, for your impact of what you said in the first week is he actually scored 2 rushing touchdowns, correct? In a losing effort. So he actually that was an impact. I get that. He had 4 catches for 130 yards, 32 and a half yards per catch, and they won the game. He had 2 touchdowns in that game. So it's Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, you can say Jaden Daniels because they had 7 drives of, no punts and stuff like that. But when you get in the red zone, you're supposed to score touchdowns, right? That's what most teams are,
That's what the streets tell them.
That's what a real impact is. You're actually scoring. You're not scoring. The kicker is scoring. So I think the kicker had more of an impact in that game than you guys, than Jaden Daniels did. Because if it wasn't for the kicker making those field goals, you would have lost that game. So, and it was against the Giants team that you guys should really beat. You're actually better than the Giants. So the game shouldn't have been that close, in my opinion. But hey, you can continue to say that it was Jaden Daniels, but it was Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, can I add one more thing, Joe? I know you got a lot to say. I want to add one more thing to the Marvin Harrison because I had Marvin Harrison too, just in case somebody picked Malik Neighbors. So I had Marvin Harrison up there. First rookie with 4 catches, 2 touchdowns in the first quarter since his daddy did it. Talk about generations.
Bang, bang.
I'm going to get both of y'all. Start with you, Tomo.
Oh, let's go.
Why did the Giants lose that game again?
Because he dropped the ball.
So Malik Neighbors negatively lost him the game. I can say that, right? He lost him the game, right? So he had the biggest impact on the losing part of the game. Eliminated.
That was your argument for last week. That was your argument for last week. That was your argument for last week. Jaden Daniels wasn't the reason, but you still lost. How you give someone the
Malik Neighbors the reason they lost? Yes, he dropped the wide open pass. Wait. He dropped a wide open pass. He was the reason why they lost.
But this is
he was the reason why they lost. He dropped a wide open pass from Daniel Jones, wide open. Wait. He dropped it. He's the reason.
I see what you're saying, but listen to what the question was.
Go ahead.
He had the biggest impact. He had the biggest impact on them almost winning the game, and he had the biggest impact on them losing.
So he had the biggest impact for the Commanders. Is
the question was a positive impact. It just said impact. So
Jaden Daniels' impact is bigger because as long as y'all go poo-poo on the drives, all y'all want.
Oh, listen.
How did we get down there? Who's the quarterback? My bad, Jaden Daniels. And then just like you said, if it wasn't for the kicker, did Kyler Murray have a better game than Marvin Harrison? What did Marvin Harrison do after the first quarter?
He didn't have to do anything.
No, Kyler Murray did it. That's what happened. Kyler Murray went crazy that game. Kyler Murray had a perfect QB rate in that game. Kyler Murray jersey went to the Hall of Fame of that game. His jersey. So the player of the game on that team, by far, it wasn't Marvin Harrison. It was Kyler Murray. It wasn't even close.
We didn't say who was the player of the game. We said what rookie had the biggest impact.
But I'm just telling you,
player of the game. Then watch Dave's Doghouse tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
But I'm just telling you that his impact is no comparison what Kyler impact was. But you look at our team, Jaden impact was big on that team. The biggest impact on that team. Yes, B-Roy had a good game. Okay. He did. Okay. But our biggest impact was Jaden freaking Daniels. Jaden Daniels. You know how many third down conversions he converted also that game? Come on now. So Malik Neighbors, you dropped the game-winning touchdown, game-winning catch to sit up there. You're eliminated. I'm sorry. You lost in the game. And Marvin Harrison, he had the first quarter. That's it. He had the first quarter. Just because he scored a touchdown now, he's the best player. But y'all ain't want to give my guy credit last week for scoring 2 touchdowns. Come on now. My guy scored 2 last week, no turnovers, but he won them.
And you lost. You lost.
And so did Giants lost.
So Marvin Harrison, I didn't say Malik Neighbors. He did.
Let me defend my point right quick. Go ahead, I asked you that before we got here because I knew what angle you
don't lose.
Wait. Hold on. No, it wasn't. Because
he turn the ball over?
Hold on. Let me finish, Joe. I'll let you go. Let me go.
He definitely not letting you finish.
Go ahead.
You said overall impact. Jaden Daniels had the biggest impact as far as the Commanders, right? But there was 17 carries and 133 yards done by a running back. Okay, so Let's flip it to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the Giants rushing. We had a running back who had almost the same amount of carries as your guy did, but he only had 95 yards. And he fumbled. And he fumbled.
95 was good.
Hey. I'm crying for a 95-yard run from one of my running backs. I don't know who it's going to be. But anyway, and he fumbled. Okay? We talking about a wide receiver who was the only receiver on the field that day. 10 receptions, 127 yards, tuds. Your guy.
One tud.
T-U-D. Okay, your guy. 29 attempts, 226 yards. Zero. Didn't score that one time. All he did was get y'all there so you can kick it. If I'm over here, let me brag about Dak Prescott doing that, and you will be on here. You will be on here trying to burn my t-shirts.
It's because he's a rookie. Tomo. It's because he's a rookie, Tomo. That's why.
Nah. You a quarterback? Get in the end zone.
It's because he's a rookie.
Dak would probably threw an interception. Let's start there. So look,
trying to win. Your man just out here running.
Look, my man, hey, 226 passing yards. He did pretty all right last week, you know. But my whole thing is, Davis dropped the wide open pass. He negatively impacted his team that game.
What'd you say there?
He did.
I'm glad
the good game he had a really good game.
Look what the people are saying. The people are telling you, Jeff.
Kicker don't get hurt. They
didn't have a kicker.
If neighbors catch the ball, they probably win. Did he catch the ball? Wide open. Was he deflected? Was he deflected?
I'm looking at the box score. You talking about 6?
Come on, man.
6 and one more number. But if the kicker was there, I would have been 7, 14, 21, ball game.
Look, it's okay. It's a bunch of haters. But Jaden, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. They just mad because we first place right now.
No, you just super happy, y'all. First place.
And the fact that
that's what it is. You're just super happy
because
you ain't used to this position. That's why.
The fact that he said Marvin Harrison had a bigger impact when his quarterback had a perfect one of the best games in NFL history. Come on now. No, that ain't Marvin Harrison. He did have he had 2 touchdowns, 4 catches. Yeah, he had a good first quarter. But the game was still going, and Kyler Murray was scorching him. He was scorching him. That's why he won.
Harrison Jr.
The people want to understand the comments. Not this one, because we got a lot of haters in the comments.
I was at the comments clearly ain't on your side. So
we got Daniel Jones in the comments. We got NFC East in the comments. I mean, what do I expect?
You in the NFC East.
What do I expect? You know what I mean?
But you in the East. Joe, that's insane.
Exactly. He was 7-7. Man.
I can't wait till week 3. Oh, your boy better score a touchdown. He better score a touchdown.
One man scored 2 last week. It didn't matter because he lost.
Who the Commanders play on Sunday?
We play Bengals Monday night.
All right. We'll see.
No touchdown. No time.
We'll see. He gonna be on national TV. Everybody gonna see. We gonna see.
And we had like 7 false stars in the goal line. That wasn't on Jaden Daniels. 7. That's why we had 7 false stars field goals.
Not even call. Anybody out there right now? What's the over under bet on Jaden Daniels scoring a touchdown on Monday night? I just want to know the odds on that.
I want to know the odds on the over. What's the over and other odds on us being number 1 NFCs right now?
Right now? It's not even a bet.
It's week 2.
Oh, it's a fact.
Oh my God.
It's a fact. Who the shades that? It's a fact. Let's move on, man. Let's get it, man.
I knew this. I knew this was gonna happen when y'all finally got a quarterback y'all believed in.
Celebrating their Super Bowls already.
Oh my man. So let's move on, man. We got to talk about another team. Well, since we talking about teams that's 2-0 that might be celebrating their Super Bowl wins already. All they do is win. Question mark. Which 2-0 team is most likely fraudulent? Currently, right now, we have 9 teams in the NFL that have a 2-0 record. And just like my dummy bro, it's too early to crown any of them to say they gonna win the Super Bowl, but we got to talk about it. 2-0 teams that's most likely fraudulent. I know y'all gonna give me a lot of pushback on this one, but we didn't believe in them once the rookie quarterback went down. I'm gonna say it's the Vikings. Yes, they have a good defense. Yes, the defense do step up and make plays, but let's name these 2 games. Their first game out the gate, they went up against the Giants, again, who didn't find a way to get the most impactful player from week 2 in the game for week 1. So then I could have had a better debate. I'd have had 2 solid weeks, but they manhandled them 28-6. And then they went up against the 49ers. Now, we all know what the 49ers are. We know what type of team they are. I know what type of team they are. If you don't know, ask all the Dallas fans in any Twitter space. They know what the 49ers can do. But they just couldn't do it since 1992 against the Vikings. And the Vikings had time on their side. They had history on their side. They beat them 23-17. Of course, a couple injuries happened there, but no one truly believes in this quarterback. And I think Jettis may have like a quad injury or something like that, plus 135. Thank you. The people are spoken. I might need to put in a bet. So I think right now the Minnesota Vikings are the most fraudulent 2-0 team. You tell me why I'm wrong or if you agree. Dave. Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
I agree. The Vikings, I simply just don't believe in because of Sam Darnold. Let's just be honest about it. Sam Darnold, I don't believe in him. There's nothing that he did to prove to me to believe, at least this early in the season, that they are where they need to, that they are where they should be at 2-0. You can talk about the Saints and Derek Carr, seeing as though they're 2-0. They scored 40 plus points in both of their games this year. You can talk about the Steelers, being 2-0 right now in that division in the AFC North with the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals. The Bengals always start bad early. The Browns are the most inconsistent team in that division, honestly. And the Ravens just somehow, some way don't always start the way they need to. They always lose games they should win. And the Steelers, we don't know about their quarterback situation, even though Justin Fields is starting right now. He hasn't played great, but he hasn't played bad either. But for me, I would say Sam Darnold and the Vikings, simply because we've seen what Sam Darnold has been able to do in his career. He's been in the league long enough to know exactly what he is as a quarterback. Now, can that change? It's possible. It's possible that it can change. Not saying that it can't, but from what I know, I don't believe in the Vikings at this moment. Now they could definitely change that soon. Of course, any of these teams can change it. All of these 2-0 teams can be frauds. Honestly, we don't know. But from what I see, with it being Sam Darnold, I just don't think the Vikings are the 2-0 team to say that they're the best team in the AFC North. I think they're the more frauds, because if you look at the AFC South, that division can be anybody's, honestly. The Saints could easily win it. The Falcons can win it. The Bucs can win it because the Bucs are also 2-0. So you don't know about that. So it's easy to say that someone in that division can win it. And it's not to say that the Vikings aren't capable of making the playoffs. Because they still have weapons. They still have Jordan Jeff. They still have Justin Jefferson. They still have Jordan Addison. And their defense is ridiculous with Brian Flores and how they disguise their defenses. But I'm just going to go with the Vikings at this moment.
I disagree. I'm going with the Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Okay.
I wasn't high on the Seahawks or the Vikings.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about them, and that's in my own division.
I thought that's where you were going to go with. But the Seahawks.
If I thought about that, I probably would have, but I didn't even think about that.
And the reason why I'm picking the Vikings over the Seahawks because, obviously both teams are proud of themselves in the defense. Let's say that, right? As of right now. The Vikings have Brian Flores doing a great job defensively. Played the Giants week 1, but did play the 49ers a good. And you look at the Seahawks. Look, they did their head coach orchestrated the best defense in the NFL last year with the Ravens, McDonald. And the Seahawks already had key defensive pieces on their team before he even got in there. And they first round pick is on the D tackle, right? So they both got good defenses. But what I don't trust about the Seahawks, I don't trust Sam Darnold. I don't trust Geno. But I trust O'Connell over this Washington offensive coordinator they got. What's this dude name? This dude, sorry, y'all. I had it right here. This dude named Carl, help me out. The offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Geno Smith, first of all, against the Patriots, they ran the ball 14 times with one running back. That's it. 14 times. And Geno threw the ball like 44 times against the Patriots yesterday. Too many times. The play calling going to be up and down. When I watched him against the Broncos, Do you know they don't look too good against the Broncos? They won that game because of Bo picks. Sorry. You know, so I don't trust the Seahawks. I do think the Seahawks will finish last, only if the Rams injuries. I think the Cardinals are better than the Seahawks. I think a healthy Rams are. Now, I know the 49ers are. But the Rams, with all their injuries, they're up in the air right now. They're missing their top 2 receivers, which is crazy. You know, but I would put the Cardinals ahead of the Seahawks right now. So I'm not big. Now, don't get me wrong. Geno played okay against the Patriots. They had a lot of drops against the Patriots. Jeez. But if I had to pick one of these teams, I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Well, both of these teams got formidable opponents coming up next. I think the Seahawks, they play the Dolphins, and then the Vikings.
Yeah, they ain't got Tua, so
true. But they still got
trash though compared to some people. Go ahead.
I mean, hey, that's his team. If you want to say that about his quarterback, that's what some people can say, man. But it didn't.
That man think every quarterback.
Yeah, finally somebody agree with me today. Jeez. So now go ahead.
Now I think Commander fans somewhere someone said, "No, we number one. Yeah, we number one." But the Vikings play the Texans, so we gonna see.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be a game to watch for sure. Both of those defenses are really good. But Joe, like I said, I wasn't thinking about the Seahawks. I agree with you. I agree. Now that I'm thinking about it, it has to be the Seahawks. I don't believe in Geno Smith at all. At all, I don't.
That's why I don't think they frauds. If you don't believe in them, like I think the Vikings winning is fraudulent to me. Like they not supposed to win these games.
No, but we saying like which 2-0 team is not. You know what I'm saying? They 2-0, but it's not gonna last long.
The Vikings definitely. They both on the same boat.
I feel like both of these teams aren't going to be where they are now. But if I'm picking between the two, I think the Vikings have a better chance than the Seahawks do.
And also, like, respectfully,
and that's simply because of what everything Joe said, because of their head coach, because of their defensive coordinator. They have all the tools to be able to make it happen. It's just Sam Darnold that gives me a lot of question. Now, when it comes to the Seahawks, it's everything that Joe said. It's Ryan Grubb, the OC from Washington. That's now the OC there. You got Geno Smith there. Kenneth Walker is also injured right now. So I just don't know. I don't think that the Seattle is as good as their record says right now.
No, don't get me wrong. Ryan Grubb did an awesome job last year. I mean, he had 3 really good receivers and Michael Penix, you know, so they do the ball a lot. But Geno, come on, you can't be throwing the ball 40 plus times with Geno Smith. And they only put up what was the score against the Patriots? 23 points? And they went to overtime. And you threw the ball 44 times. That's crazy.
I would have said something nice about the Patriots, but Teddy didn't accept my trade. So
I mean, we've been trying to get a trade done for a minute now.
See, we'll talk about that off air, but we're gonna be in talks for a while.
We are.
We playing tennis right now. For those who don't know, we got our R2L fantasy league going on. And
shout out to me and Tomo.
Vaughn 2-0 too, right?
Vaughn 2, yeah.
Hey, coach, which 2-0 fantasy team? Nah, we're not gonna do that.
Let him do it. Go ahead.
He gonna say Joe Watch. He gonna say Joe Watch. He gonna say Joe. I already know it.
Well, look, he on my side this week because I got Teddy. He like, oh, Joe, when I go 3-0, I'm like, coach, don't say that. Like, he's being negative, right? Why Teddy mess around and beat me this week?
Well, I mean, we can kind of keep the same energy for this next topic because which one of these teams is gonna have enough energy to keep up? The Houston Texans are 2-0 in the division, and Dave, you alluded to the AFC South, man. If they actually can turn it around, maybe it could be a fight. I don't really know too much, but which one of these teams can challenge the Texans in the AFC South? Joe?
I'm so disappointed in the AFC South, dog.
You sure about that?
That's set it over for me. That's why I started laughing.
Dog, like, I'm trying to find this tweet. I saw a tweet and I thought it was hilarious. It summed up like how I feel right now. And it's crazy. Oh man. But all I know is this. I can't find it. When I'll get it out there when y'all talk. But here we go. Somebody said, shout out to Kevin Wiles from First Thing First. He tweeted this.
Uh-oh. Kev has left the chat.
Listen to this. Remember last Thanksgiving weekend? Sitting down with the last scraps of your leftovers and watching some football. Feels like a long time ago. I know.
I saw
That's
that
the last time Trevor Lawrence won a football game.
I saw that tweet. I saw that tweet.
I'm like, dog.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
as much I got on Kevo today before the show about Nick Sirianni. Doug Peterson, report to the front of the table. Report to the front of the table because I'm watching these games and these dudes find ways to lose. They should have won both of these games, week 1 and week 2, especially week 1. So, Trevor Lawrence, what's up? This dude accuracy is ridiculous. Look at this, y'all. Right now, his completion percentage, Trevor Lawrence, right now, 51%. What? 51%. And my man Gardner Minshew from the Raiders. Lead the league in completion percentage. Gardner Minshew. Shout out to the Ravens. But 51%, that's terrible. That's right. That's terrible. So I don't know. The Texans are proving who everybody thought they were except me. Remember, I kept saying, I don't know about the Texans. I think people are too high. It's still early because I still think that the Texans could probably only win like 9 or 10 games because their schedule gets tough. Y'all looking at this, they got a really, really tough schedule. But what the Texans are doing, they're finding ways to win in both of these games. I look at the first game against the Colts. That was a really good game, and they found ways to win that high scoring. Their defense didn't really show up, but the offense did. And then against the Bears, the offense wasn't really there all the way, but the defense was. So they won. I saw both games, one by the offense and one by the defense. And then Trevor Lawrence and them, they are finding ways to lose. The Colts, we'll see, And then, come on, Will Levis, what the F are you doing? Shout out to his coach. All right, so I don't know. I'm going to say yes. I'm still going to believe in the Jaguars. I'm going to give it a week 7 because it's still early. No pun.
Okay, what you say? It's okay, what you say. It ain't changing my views on anything that I said before. Now, I also agree with Joe.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't think that the Texans have done anything to say that they're going to run away with this division. Now, are they talented? Yes, they are talented on offense and defense. We've seen what this defense can do. We saw how they attacked Caleb Williams last week. We saw what happened in that game. Caleb Williams had a hard time being able to do what he needed to do. For one, because he has a bad O-line, but also because they got pressure on him. And they got pressure on him at the right times. But if you look at this offense, this offense struggled against the Bears defense. They also struggled in week 1. The team overall, they won 29-27 against the Colts in the first game. Then they won a close game against the Bears. The Colts didn't make the playoffs last year, and neither did the Bears. Not even remotely close. Now, these teams have definitely improved as far as their rosters. But when we think about the Texans, we look at what they did in the playoffs last year, how they blew out the Browns in the first game, and how, they eventually got blown out by the Ravens right after that. But the thing is, they made the playoffs, and they had a great first game, and we saw how C.J. Stroud was in the MVP conversation at the end of the season. So we're thinking that going to the season that they should be the foregone conclusion, the guys to win this division because they went and got Stephon Diggs. They still got Tank Dell. Nico Collins is having an awesome year so far. They went and got Joe Mixon. Went and signed Daniil Hunter on the defense. This defense got improved. So we're thinking that they should run away with it, but it doesn't look like they're going to run away with it. Even though that the Colts are in this division, the Titans are in this division, and the Jaguars are in this division. The Jaguars haven't won a game. Trevor Lawrence has lost 7 straight games. 7 straight games.
55 million.
7 straight games. Anthony Richardson looks like he can very well lead his team to the playoffs. If you look at this division, if you look at this team with them drafting the Donnie Mitchell and having the other wide receiver that they have, having Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson, they got a chance to win this division. The Titans, their defense is still good. That defense is still good for the Titans, and they went and got another cornerback to help out this defense. Now, Will Levis makes a lot of stupid mistakes, so you don't really think that they're going to do it. But there's nothing that the Texans have done to show that they're going to run away with this division. So I agree with you. I don't think anyone could. I still think anybody can win this division.
Hey, Tomo, before you go, can I answer? Can I respond to this real quick? Kai said Gardner Minshew because he don't throw the ball deep, right? I got your stat for y'all. Air yards. Number 1, Brock Purdy. Number 2, Gardner Minshew. Go ahead, Tomo.
But Joe, you know they said Brock Purdy also doesn't throw the ball deep. So
hey, that's what they say, right? That's what they say, Dave.
That's what they said. They said it all last year. But
I found this interesting too, as from an Eagle fan. But go ahead.
It ain't me, y'all. Where y'all at? It ain't me. I'm just saying, where y'all at? When it's me, they be here. Where y'all at? Now, I just want to piggyback on one thing that Dave said, you know. When he said run away with this division. So remember when you was like 5, 6, 7, you get in trouble and you be like, man, I'm running away from here. And you start grabbing toys. Like, where you going with toys?
Me and He-Man are out.
We are out of here. That's what the Texans gonna do when they run away. They're gonna run away with the stuff that's important to them, not the stuff they need to actually survive out there in the wilderness. So you, He-Man, CJ Stroud, and Stephon Diggs, y'all can run away with the division, but I do think ain't won a game since like Black Friday, but I still think the Jags can get this division if they turn it around. I don't believe in their quarterback as much as $55 million. Believe in them, but this team has found a way to win games when they weren't supposed to, i.e., I mean, definitely this is why he got paid, because of that one playoff game. Dougie P did write a book about it. He did find a way to win the Super Bowl with a backup. So he can turn around an 0-2 team. I like that pick for the Colts. I like what y'all said about the Colts. I got high hopes for the Colts. I want them to actually be good. Will Levis, I did not understand. I don't understand the mayo and the coffee, and I don't understand some of the plays you be making on the field. So it all makes sense to me. Their team is actually equipped to be good. Like, they went out and added pieces on the defense. They got 3 good wide receivers. I mean, Calvin Ridley is turned up.
They got Tyler Boyd, Calvin Ridley, and they got DeAndre Hopkins. And
the 2 running backs.
And the offense still sucks.
Honestly, if the Texans weren't so good, I think all these teams probably would be 0-2, and we would be trying to figure out who's going to actually win this division. But because the Texans are like, look, y'all don't want to win it, I'll find a way to win it. And they struggle with the Bears, but still found a way to win the game. So that's why I said that when they run away, they picking up toys. They're not picking up the stuff they need to actually survive outside. I'm going with the Jags, though. That's my pick.
Here's a bright future about the Jags. They play Monday night against the Bills. And Trevor Lawrence in primetime games, 6 career starts, 8 total touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So we'll see.
What that comment say? Oh,
I know. He tried to start violence. Y'all know my brother. Y'all know my brother.
You know, the chat's on fire today. He's going to continue at the show too.
Facts.
Well, it's Thursday night. NFL on Thursday night. Jets versus wow. That's they don't play the Titans. It's the Titans, right?
No, it's the
Pats, right?
Shout out to about to tell you about this.
Hey.
Man, get that Will Levis out your mind, man.
Oh, bro.
Hey, so Teddy, you should have accepted the trade. I wouldn't have got your team wrong. With that being said, Thursday night football, Jets versus Pats. I heard a stat somewhere. I don't remember it right now, but this is the home opener for Aaron Rodgers. Last time we seen him with a home opener, I guarantee he's not carrying the flag out this time. We only seen 4 plays. Who wins tonight?
Man, I picked the Jets.
My bad, Anthony. My bad.
I picked the Jets, but I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I ain't put the Patriots because I picked them the first 2 weeks. There's no way they were going 3-0. Like they lost to the Seahawks, but I'm gonna go with the Jets because they are at home. But I got them splitting this year though, and I would not be surprised if the Patriots win this game. They are playing some really good football,
They are, and this defense looks really good for the Patriots right now.
And they run the game. They running the ball really good. And Jacoby making some really good plays.
And that's why I'm going with the Patriots. I think the Patriots win this game. I think Ramondre Stevenson is going to have a good game on the ground. And I think Garrett Wilson will be taken out of this game because of Christian Gonzalez. Alan Lazard is going to have to step up, and Mike Williams. But I think this game, I think the Pats win this game. I think the Pats win this game. I don't know about sweeping, Tony, but I think y'all win this game tonight. I don't know about sweeping. You hold your horses right now. Relax.
They own the Jets, though.
They do.
They won like 16. Tony, you know the stat?
You said it's like 16 and 1.
They're 7-1 in their last 8 games against the Jets. Since
No, Dave. They won 16 in a row. They lost their first game in like 16 games. Belichick last game.
I know, but I'm saying that I'm talking about since 2020. They're
centuries
7-1 since then.
There's been a century
7-1 against them. So it's
17-2.
17-2. I get it. I know y'all own them. That's one of the reasons why I'm picking the Pats to win this game. So I got the Pats tonight. I don't know about sweeping them, but I got the Pats tonight.
All right, Tom, we'll get the tiebreaker.
All right, so when we filled out our brackets, I picked the Jets to win this game because I didn't think the Patriots were going to look this good. I'm not going to pull a Kev. I know what my brackets say. Going with the Pats, man.
Oh, what?
Oh, what?
That's going to win this game.
Threw me off.
Rodgers looks
once he
old.
said he was putting. Once he said he not pulling the Kev, I knew he was picking the Pats. I knew it.
Yeah, I'm going with the Pats.
I thought pulling the Kev, we'll be switching your pick, right?
No.
Pulling
the Kev is being stubborn, and that's what you picked. Remember, he had us missing the playoffs last year, Joe. Remember, and he never switched it. He said that the Bears was going to be the number 1 seed last year. He never switched it.
But
He said the Chiefs weren't going to make it to the playoffs last year.
Yo, those are wild takes, bro.
I said the Cowboys, but I ain't gonna say too much about that.
Yo, that's a wild takes. But remember, he picked the
stubborn.
Eagles to beat the Packers, and he switched it right in the comments.
Yeah, but we talking about like last year. He said, however, I picked my bracket.
We're not talking about recency. We're talking about history.
He did make that comment too. Hey, it just came out like that. I'm not changing it. You're right. You did say that.
Exactly.
You know what? I think we just gave Tony a little bit more ammo because he definitely picked the Bears with Justin Fields.
Absolutely did.
And AJ was high on the Bears.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm going with the Pats, man. Hopefully, I mean, if the Jets win, my bracket is still good, but I think the Pats gonna win this game.
Let's get it.
He said the Bears.
I know, right? That man had the Bears make it to the playoffs. The 49ers missing who you got win the division? Yeah, the Rams.
I think
y'all missing the playoffs. And
I think it was the Seahawks. He been big.
And those two teams with the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie, Dave. That's why I thought we had a shot last year. He said we weren't gonna make it. I was like, them some big names you got out there missing the playoffs, bro.
The 2 Super Bowl teams missing the playoffs. Like, you really think the bro, as long as Mahomes healthy, they're not missing the playoffs. Like, come on. Let's be real.
Yeah, I don't see that.
All right. My last words, man. First of all, great show. The energy was awesome. I still think y'all hating on Jaden.
Oh, brother.
Shout out to the R2L family. Exactly, Blaze Cat Watch. Jones still broke. All right. Shout out to the whole NFC. Yeah, shout out to the whole NFC East. Appreciate y'all. What's that dude named Tomo and Dave that does the NFC meetings?
What's her name? He a
consecrated dude. Shout out to him, because how that Commander fan felt, this is exactly how I felt, bro. It was to the T. But yeah, so shout out to the whole R2L family. Shout out to the whole R2L network. Have fun today. Shout out to FaZe. Me and AJ had a great show. Shout out to my boy Bibby with the sound effect. That was
Scooter Magruder. That's his name.
What's his name?
Scooter Magruder.
Scooter Magruder. Shout out to you, my brother. The way you described the Commanders fans after week 2, you described Joe Jordan for sure, to the T. And shout out to my boy Jaden, man. Hey, look, we're gonna keep balling every week. We got the Bengals this Monday. Hopefully, we can come back on here and have that same question, and then they will finally pick you that had the biggest impact. So first, you had to win. Okay, you won. Now you got to score. Now you got to First, you scored a TD, but you didn't win. Okay. Now you got to win, but you didn't throw a TD. Oh, okay. So you need a rush for a TD, throw a TD, win, and then we'll say, but you ain't had 300 yards. So it's go crazy on Monday. All right, but that's all I got. Shout out to y'all too, Dave and Tom.
Just one of them days.
Man, shout out to the show, man. You're a great Keith. You need to be quiet. All right.
Gotta fight back.
You gotta get them back.
Yeah.
Just prepare for the draft. Prepare to draft Shedeur Sanders or somebody because y'all not going nowhere this year.
Vince McMahon.
I know how you feel, Tomo. I know how you feel, Tomo.
You already know Tom got a list of teams that he said they going to, and Giants ain't one of them. So
yeah, I'm just saying.
We want to know. We want to know. Cowboys.
I mean, y'all got Jaden Daniels. Y'all not drafting Shedeur.
No, we want Travis Hunter. That's what we want.
Oh, well, that's different.
For what? You ain't gonna throw him no touchdowns.
That was good. That was good.
Don't waste that man.
Y'all see
My bad.
Shout out to the show, man. Shout out to the show.
My bad.
Shout out to the show, man. Shout out to the show, man.
That
Tune in
was
to Dave Doghouse tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Thank you for all the comments. Appreciate Wifey for always supporting me and always supporting the show. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate this platform. Woj, again, thank you for what you've done and for the NBA and all the other guys that are involved, all the sports journalists that do all the news. We appreciate what you do because you help us be able to do that same thing for our platform. So thank you.
Yeah. And my last words is, again, I can piggyback off my bros up here. Shout out to everybody on the network. Shout out to everybody that's been liking, subscribing. Hey, fellas, we've been reaching some new locations. Like, I'll be seeing new names in the comments almost every episode. And Kev, I just want to address this. So y'all trolled me live. I didn't warn all of y'all, but I technically picked those teams to miss it. You did the right thing. You went out on a limb and you stuck by your guns. Where we trolled you is once we figured out that teams had season-ending injuries with key players, and yet you still chose the other team. I mean, that team to win. That's like a team losing their starting quarterback, like the Jets. Aaron Rodgers goes down, but yet you still pick the Jets to win these games. Funny though, the one team that you picked the Jets to beat, spanked them, flipped the weeks, still starting quarterback. But again, I just had to get my trolling right quick. I just wanted to say that. And Joe, first place, enjoy it now. Mark, enjoy it. And I'm with Carl here. Y'all gonna draft Travis Hunter and make him a cornerback. So either way, you still ain't throwing him no touchdowns. It's cool with me. That's all I got for y'all.
Yeah. Ninth is still top 10, Cav. Just letting you know that. It's still pretty good. And look, Cav, bro, you have every right to change your pick. That's it. Come on now.
Shoot.
I mean,
I changed my pick. I changed my pick during the season.
If they would have missed the playoffs, he'd have been the first one. I told y'all. Come on, bro. So you gotta live with the L's too, man. Come on. Cause y'all would definitely troll me when, like I said, Commanders, was high last year.
You got trolled for your Derek Carr MVP pick.
Yes, I want to live with that one. Man, that's why I don't like Josh McDaniels no more because of that.
Exactly. Look at Derek Carr now. 2-0 Saints.
Hey, Tom, you want to talk about that Dak and Derek Carr combo again?
I mean, we can still have a conversation. Overall, we're not gonna talk about head-to-head comparisons like when they play against each other. Like Derek Carr 10 times better when they
Week 10 gonna be fun for who?
That's how you know you took an L week 1, week 2, because you gotta look for week 10. You gotta wait for week 10 to get back. Get your get back. Come on, dog.
Hey,
what about the Browns, bro?
Oh my goodness.
That's gonna be funny. Him and Tay.
Tune into the game. Tune into the game tonight. It's a primetime game, so we won't be in the NFL chat. We will be in the R2
chat. And Tomo, how can they get to the R2 chat?
Follow us at Refuse to Lose on Instagram, and we'll tell you how to become a member. But you also got to click the link below to become a member.
That is.
So that way you can join it.
And put a member in the comment section. Rick Diaz, I've seen your name on this show multiple times in the comment section. If you have a Facebook or an Instagram, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Refuse to Lose Sports. So find us. That way we could, probably add you to a chat and you can become a member. So let us know.
Said John versus the world. John versus themselves. But you have to be
I agree with you, Blaze.
member to be in the R2 superstar member to be in our tour chat.
Absolutely.
I just
Absolutely.
want
If you're not a superstar member, then sorry.
yeah. I want to let my Giants fan know this right now. So these next few weeks in the chat may be hell for you. All right.
Oh,
You got the
man.
Browns, so you already know Tay gonna turn up. Then you play the Cowboys after that. So if you lose the next 2 games, these next 2 weeks in the chat is gonna be ugly.
0-4. Dang.
Right. Then after that, they got the Seahawks, possibly can win. They got the Bengals, then the Eagles, then the Steelers, then the Commanders again. So you got like 5 straight weeks where it might just be ugly.
Yeah, you got other issues in the chat. Forget us.
Like, yeah, it's
You got other issues in the chat, my brother.
You better worry about the Browns this week and stop talking about them Commanders.
Yeah, because Tay gon'
Because you thought the Couriers was bad. Wait till you see what Tay could do.
and then the Cowboys, then the Eagles,
Boy,
then the Steelers, with the Steelers.
you ain't seen nothing yet.
So, yeah,
But welcome to the chat, my guy.
that's good. Keith, we appreciate you though, Keith. We finally found a Giants fan to show their face.
Man.
Now we need 3 people in the NFC West to come and join the chat. Like
Exactly. That's all we have for y'all today. Enjoy the game tonight, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.